What's up, my gnomies? We are back for episode 12 of Dour Gnome Adventures. I am your GM, Ryan, with your favorite virtual tabletop, Dimitri.
Yeah, I still exist, I think.
Matt.
I am sure that Dimitri exists.
Brian.
I'm not sure Dimitri exists.
And Mark.
I'm in the middle ground on if he exists.
We have the full spectrum of Dimitri exists or not. What happened last episode, guys?
Oh, it's so hard to recall, but I think it's coming back to me. So we woke up.
It's all coming back to me now.
Thank you, Ryan. That should have been my job as the bard. We woke up at Elsie's, find out that the acolytes seem to be slightly less sick than yesterday, but Cinderspark seems to be slightly more sick than yesterday. So we think he might be coming down with the whole rust sickness thing, maybe.
That turned into a newt.
I'm sure it'll get better.
A little better.
Yeah, we have potions for that now. We also found out that Sister Vanda came back in the middle of the night, and what she did was she went around town telling people we're heroes. How smart that is remains to be seen, but we are apparently now heroes of this town, and we decided that we're going to spend our time, before we leave, going to the Thessalonian ship and telling them that their captain and at least two of their crew are dead, since we think they were turned into undead, and then we had to kill them when they bit at us. And actually, we think that's how Cinderspark contracted the whole rust sickness thing. And while on the boat, we were actually able to gather some intel about Michumar, what we thought was a Thessalonian merchant. It turns out that he seems to have some connections to Taldor, because in his quarters we found a bottle of Taldan wine and a well-hidden pouch of Taldan coins. One of the crew members noted that there was cargo in the hold that they unloaded in the middle of the night. So after they had initially gone to Stone home, they then came back, at least some of them, and unloaded the cargo. And apparently Azomi was disguised as one of the crew members, one of Mitrimar's crew, because Cinderspark showed the mask, and the first mate, who is now captain, recognized the mask as having been on one of the people with Mitrimar. But this was a crate in the hold in which one of the crew, he saw somebody open a slat and look in, and he did the same. And he saw something with like 6 legs and a tail and maybe human-sized. He wasn't exactly sure what.
Fungal growths.
Yes, that's right. Kind of
and
important.
Kind of like a wolf.
Right. So mushroom wolves or something. And it didn't ring a bell for any of us, so we don't really know what it is. But we're pretty sure we haven't faced one. So whatever it is, Michimar must have taken it with him deeper into wherever he's going. As we were searching the captain's quarters, we found out that there was some writing in Thessalonian in the logbook, which indicated that it wasn't just a merchant vessel. It was also
It's the navigation chart.
Oh, okay.
Mercenary vessel.
Right.
The logbook we didn't crack into yet.
Okay, but we found some notes that it hired out to Thessalonian nobility in Thessalonian, which we were able to read thanks to Vercag and Bob being able to speak the language. I think that's
before we move from that, the name Mitramar, is it Thessalonian?
Roll
Society?
Yeah, roll society.
12.
So who has Genadasseral lore?
Ooh, Bob does. At
Roll that.
+5. And that's a good time to roll a 19 for a total of 24.
You would believe that that's probably Thassalon, from Jin Adasserol. Excuse me.
So specifically that flavor of Thessalonian.
Mm-hmm.
It's also entirely possible if this ship didn't exactly operate in the open, that the Taldan stuff might have been for, throwing somebody off the trail.
Red herring?
I don't know. What kind of what color was that wine? Was it red?
I mean, honestly, it may have just been, this is good wine, and Taldane currency is just, common.
It's entirely possible, yes.
I mean, being as how common is Taldane.
Oh, yes. It was a sparkling pink herring of a wine bottle.
It's the name of my fish cover band.
Well, yes, it's only champagne if it's from France. It has to be sparkling pink herring elsewhere.
So you guys have a logbook as well that was found within the desk.
Mm-hmm.
Reading the logbook.
Is it also Thessalonian or common?
Well, let's see. Cinderspark has it. What languages does Cinderspark speak or read?
Goblin. It's
or
goblin.
Common.
Is Cinderspark averse to opening a book?
I mean, it's gross, but it's it's necessary sometimes. Yeah, Cinderspark speaks Common, Goblin, and Varisian.
It is in a language you do not recognize.
Bob speaks.
See,
all
this
of
is
those.
why we don't use these words. We don't write these down for this reason. This is bullshit. Cinderspark is just shaking the logbook.
Can I look at it, please, Cinderspark?
Yeah, look.
These aren't even words.
Okay. The only language that Bob has over those is Thessalonian.
Yep. So you have Thessalonian. So I will show this to. I'll just show it to all of you.
Ooh, a handout.
A handout. Handout number 1, to be exact.
Ooh.
The handout itself is not written in Thessalonian.
Yeah, that would be difficult.
Out of game, you said this is not in common, correct? It is not written in common.
Correct.
Ted is not going to read it and going to rely on somebody explaining it to him.
And once again, it's blank.
Okay, well, I guess I will read it to you. Not sure why that was. That bugs me.
It's the goblin effect. See, so we're not supposed to write down words.
All right, the first entry. Winds brisk, skies clear. Lord Mitramar paid passage for himself, his entourage, including a quiet but unnerving sin spawn, and a large wooden case he declared as containing an exotic pet for a colleague stationed at an outpost on Thoska Isle. Input 2, winds brisk, overcast skies. Lord Mitramar approached me with an adjustment and promised a bonus upon return to Jinadasserol. We are no longer bound for Thoska, but the south coast of Chakakoth to the squatter village of Iron Harbor.
Okay.
Water village.
Yeah, remember, they don't necessarily think that anybody who's lived here in the thousands of years since Old Thassalon actually belongs here. Like, the Thessalonian rune lords are the ones, the true rulers of this place, and everybody who's shown up in the intervening millennia is a squatter.
Passage 3. Winds brisk. Rain. Lord Mitramar's entourage has been disrupting morale, elitist attitudes, disrespect for the ship and crew. Looking forward to being rid of him. The next passage. Winds calm. Overcast skies. Put crew to work on oars, but made good progress. The next passage. Winds brisk. Rain. Next. Winds brisk. Rain. Deckhand Telson reported seeing Lord Mitramar's sin spawn minion opening and closing a slat on the crate in the hold an hour before sunrise. Suspecting smuggling, I entered the hold to investigate. Movable slat inside of crate could be used to stash goods, but upon opening it, I spied within a strange beast, some sort of lanky, six-legged wolf with a plant-like stalk growing from its body. The beast was sleeping, and there were no signs within the crate of smuggled goods. Disciplined Telson for rumor-mongering.
Poor guy.
Next entry. Winds brisk, rain, arrived at sunset. Still strange to see the old spires in such a rusted state. Lord Mitramar met with Iron Harbor's commander, then left with his entourage to the large stone structure at the edge of the village. Commanded the crew to remain on board and not to mix with local rabble. Next entry. Another day at harbor. A few hours before dawn, several of Lord Mitramar's people returned without him and loaded the exotic pet crate onto a cart and hauled it off around the peninsula toward Thunderhead Isle. Final straw. This mystery needs to end, and we need to head home. Tomorrow morning, I shall debark and pay a visit to Stoneholm and demand a swift leave. The end.
Yeah, we know how that went for him.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But we didn't know that they went in there of their own free will and not at the same time.
Yes.
So that is something.
Ryan, do we recognize Thoska Isle?
I'm going to assume it's here.
Well, this is Chakakoth.
Chakakoth is the entirety of the island on which both Iron Harbor and Osprey Cove sit.
Correct.
Thoska is somewhere else, which was initially declared as their destination.
Right, this is why I'm asking if we recognize the name Thoska Isle.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a... Let's see, what role do I want from you guys?
I've got Bardic, so I'll back you up on whatever
Bardic.
you roll.
Bardic lore, societal work.
Did one of us have sailing?
I have sailing.
I got a 21.
Would sailing be better than society?
No, I think they'd be even.
Oh, well.
Ted is a 9 total on society.
21.
Yeah, you guys got me beat.
Yeah, with the 21s, you know that it is part of the Ironbound Archipelago, which is where Chakakoth is as well. It's just one of the islands.
Do we know anything in particular about it?
It's an independent island.
You know, like settlements on it, or is it uninhabited? Like, you know, anything?
There's an ancient Aslanti ruin on the island,
Mm-hmm.
but beyond that, no.
So unsettled as far as anybody else is concerned.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, dude's been lying to them from the start.
Yep. Seems
Not just about the contents of the crate, but even about, why they're going to that island.
Mm.
I mean, again, we already know it doesn't work out very well for the captain.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, they're victims in all of this as well.
Do we have any idea how powerful someone has to be to create the kind of undead that the captain and the crew were turned into?
I can roll religion for that.
Yeah.
Do I have
Anybody
religion?
with religion could roll religion.
That's not me.
I mean, you can roll it untrained these days.
Oh,
11.
Yeah, same.
Ted rolls a 12.
I think I'd rather try Bardic.
And do.
Well, at least this natural one is not on anything important.
Fabulous. Okay.
Actually, I might draw some wildly inaccurate conclusion with my 6. So, yes, we're dealing with a lich.
These are undead hobby horses.
Well, I told you, they're pogo sticks.
Yeah.
no
undead poker sticks.
There's no spring mechanism.
It's magic.
You're not real sure how powerful. You assume that it'd have to be somebody pretty powerful to create undead with those rolls.
Oh, no, I told you. It's a lich, and he's after creating magical pogo stick. That I'm convinced.
Pogolich?
Sounds like the dudes from Eastern Europe.
It does.
The first mate Janice, she looks to you. Anything else?
Do you want any of the remains of the captain or your crewmates?
Oh, what did we do with the heads? We left the heads there. They're on the roof.
Yeah, I think we left them.
I understand that. I'm asking if she wants them.
We never found the bodies.
She says, no, that won't be necessary.
Just wanted to make sure.
We'll be leaving in less than 24 hours from now.
Okay. If we're not back by then, we're not coming back at all, I imagine.
Did the logbook say they stopped at Tosca Isle?
No.
No, they rerouted from.
Is she aware of what they were going there for?
Yeah, let's find out how much of the logbook she's aware of. Basically, ask questions about whether she knows what the captain was doing and the plans for what the ship does.
And she just responds, as far as I know, we were transporting Mitramar to Tosca. Plans changed.
Why did they come here?
It was Mitramar's request.
Okay, I meant to diplomatically ask, hinting at the fact that this isn't the merchant ship. That is she aware of that part of the business? Actually, I'm going to start by saying in Thessalonian, by the way, do you speak Thessalonian?
She nods.
Uh-huh. Has the captain shared the contents of the logbook with you?
No, he hasn't.
Aha. Are you aware of the kind of operations your ship has been undertaking? Not just merchant?
We're not a merchant vessel.
Ah. I see. That was...
We're a ship for hire.
That's why they told you not to disembark then. Because the people in town were under the impression that you were a merchant vessel.
How much does it cost to hire your ship?
More than you have?
More than likely, but we were looking for a value.
Yes. However...
Do you need a ride somewhere?
Well, it's still hypothetical. Oh, we just found a bag of Taldan coins. How much was in there?
10 silver pieces.
Jesus fucking...
You're telling me I tossed an entire empty room and I came up with 10 silver. All right, that's fine. That's great.
And a bottle of wine.
That was kind of on the table. You found that with your 7. I rolled a 21.
I did drink the wine too. It was good.
That was worth more than the 10 silver pieces.
A main word being was.
Yes.
It's a very pretty bottle, though, right? Can you describe the bottle for me? Is it nice and shapely? Does it have a good label?
Yes, it has a very nice hourglass shape.
There you go. See? We can turn this into a nice lamp, Bob. See?
The craftsmanwork is impeccable.
The culture is lost on some.
No, it was delicious.
Yes.
If there's nothing more in Mitramar's cabin, I think that maybe we start making moves, whether it's going over to the island or going under Stoneholm itself.
Yeah, I mean, which do you think would be better? We can discuss this outside of the ship. We've taken up enough of Captain Janice's time.
Yeah, that they need to mourn, I think, probably.
So, so sorry for your loss, but congratulations on your promotion, I suppose.
We'll be heading back to Genedasseril. So, as you guys start walking out of the captain's quarters and towards the gangplank, she says, "Hold on a moment. I'll be right back." And she heads off and goes down below deck. A couple minutes later, she comes back. She says, "Here," and she hands out a sack that jingles.
Ooh, jingly sack.
Yes, jingly sack.
15 silver pieces. We can begin putting the ship on layaway.
What is this for?
She says, for your troubles in finding out what happened to my captain and reporting it to me, though you didn't have to."
Thank you.
It seemed the right thing to do.
Right.
Just one question. Did Did Mitrimar expect you guys to transport him back?
I don't know.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, within the sack, there is 30 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I will distribute those. There is also, she tells you, is a potency crystal.
Potency crystal.
A potency crystal.
Oh, it's, you know,
Is-
when you're having trouble with your, you know, parts down there.
It's the opposite of an impotency crystal.
Yes.
Exactly.
Ooh.
This is also a talisman. You activate. It's a concentration activation. It's worth 4 gold pieces. Trigger. You make an attack with the affixed weapon, but you haven't rolled yet. This fluorite crystal glows with a strange phosphorescence. When you activate the crystal, the weapon becomes a +1 striking weapon on the strike and until the end of this turn, gaining a +1 item bonus to the attack roll and increasing the damage to 2 weapon damage dice.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
So it's good for a turn when you activate it.
Does it take any kind of special equipment to attach to a weapon, though?
You got to have a repair kit.
I think we should stop by Elsie's and ask her if she has one.
Okay. Well, yeah, thank you. And good, a safe journey, good winds, all that.
Captain, we are from a town called Osprey Cove. And should you drop anchor there, we would buy you a meal, at the very least.
This ship could not anchor at Osprey Cove.
Yeah, I don't think we have a dock.
Listen, I'd like to at least offer.
Well, they have longboats, so they could dock out in the harbor, and they could row ashore.
I feel like we're making this far too complicated.
Isn't it? If you ever run aground in the neighborhood,
I just imagine the goblins are like arguing about inviting her right in front of her.
Never mind them. You are welcome in Osprey Cove.
it's not really a surprise that everybody tries to talk to Tad first.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of turns away and she starts pointing at deckhands and pointing at the rigging, and they start preparing the ship to go.
Nice. All right. Well, disembarking, going off the ship.
I'd like to see if I can remember something in character, because I faintly remembered out of character.
Mm-hmm.
I think the acolyte who was conscious when we found them under the keep behind that iron door said something about Mitrimar trying to reclaim.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, you do?
He's there to explore and reclaim his father's works beneath Rusthenge.
Okay, so in that case, he probably did not expect to come back by ship, in which case he might have misled the captain into thinking that, yeah, you're going to get paid in full when we reach our destination, when he had no intention of actually continuing anywhere else.
Oh, one last thing before we go. I asked the captain, do you know who Tsar Azmak is?
No, not familiar with that person.
Okay, thank you.
Do we know? How did that go?
No, that's why I'm asking.
You guys rolled.
Yeah, but I don't remember the context of it coming up.
That is who Mitrimar worships.
Oh. Okay, thank you.
I'm assuming that it will be relevant later. And I am assuming that he's not a good guy. But again.
What are you guys doing? You guys heading down?
Going to Elsie's.
Oh, going to Elsie's. Okay.
Yeah, because she might have the repair kit, and we might be able to affix that crystal to a melee weapon.
But how long does it take to do that?
We'll find out. Well, if she doesn't have the repair kit, it doesn't take any time at all. We just turn around and leave.
Yes, so she does have a repair kit. It is 2 gold pieces.
And how long will it take to affix the gem to?
Affix a talisman is an exploration activity. You must use a repair toolkit. You spend 10 minutes affixing a talisman to an item, placing the item on a stable surface, and using the repair toolkit with both hands. You can also use this activity to remove a talisman. Attaching more than one talisman to an item deactivates all the talismans. They must be removed and reaffixed before they can be used again.
All right, I vote that we purchase this kit mostly because the way the GM split 30 gold pieces is by giving each of us 7. So 2 of them just disappeared.
2 of them are in the party loot.
Well, then we can spend the party loot in order to get one of these kits.
Sounds good.
Okay, where are we affixing the gem?
I think that would be your choice, Cinderspark, because you are the one who is most likely to swing at things with a weapon. I think the only reason Bob has the greatsword that's magical is because you turned it down.
I did. It's not a goblin weapon.
See? Now you can affix this to a goblin weapon and power it up for a round.
Okay.
While we're doing all of this, I'll let you guys go ahead and do that, and we will put the potency crystal on that.
Well, which is your preferred weapon, Cinderspark?
I would rather the dog slicer.
That makes sense.
If there are things in the party stash, we should take them out for usability.
Oh, yeah. I actually going to, because I have a fucking keg in my... I think Cinderspark is just carrying that. I'm going to... Can we leave this at Elsie's? Just like I don't need to carry this.
Sure. You don't want to sell it to her?
No.
Your dog slicer is what you wanted to put the...
Yeah, correct.
Who's going to grab the wolf fang?
Gross.
Nobody into that?
It's very dog coded.
That's true.
Do we have any need for it? Tad can carry it since everybody seems to hate dogs.
It's another talisman, so it needs to be attached to a weapon, and then you would be tripping somebody to trigger it and consume it. So if you successfully trip, you deal strength modifier in damage. Bob has no need for this absolutely whatsoever, because even if I successfully trip somebody, my strength modifier is a 0.
Let's just sell it.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's 4 gold.
Well, not this.
Yeah.
Where are you guys heading?
Question.
Because you guys are taking the long walk back down the long pier.
Yeah, I mean, unless they want to drop us off at the island. I mean,
Cliffs.
is it low
That's going to
tide?
be in the morning. No.
Yeah. So we have to go through the tunnel to get to the island then.
And if we're going back to Stone Home, do we want to pry that talisman off of the armor?
It's just so not relevant for us. I hate to say it. I don't care.
Oh, but we will have to tell Elsie to mind the goat.
Yes, that we are doing.
And the acolytes.
That
But
of lesser importance because they've been saved. They're fine. She's caring for them anyway, but we want to make sure that she's taking care of the goat because the goat's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it looks like the disease spreads via injury. So we advise her not to let the acolytes bite anybody.
Be on the lookout for that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I thought
If they become rabid.
weren't we told that the initial infection was airborne and was an inhaled thing?
Yep.
Yeah, but you got bit, didn't
I
you?
did.
Mm-hmm.
So is that the same infection? Is it? Can I bite people now and give them an infection?
You might not be contagious yet in this stage that you're in. I don't know.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, you're not going to find out unless you just start biting ankles.
I am a goblin.
But you're going to have to bite them, and then we're just going to have to wait 5 days to see if they die.
Okay, this probably breaks some of the conventions. Geneva or otherwise.
Geneva or otherwise. But so does Burning Hands. But anyway, let's go to Stonehome.
We are a fairly unconventional party, yes.
That's also true.
You make your way back to Stonehome.
Through the place into the basement and down the tunnel, because I don't think we're getting distracted by anything else.
Unless you want to jump down the shitter, Bob.
It appears, to my great dismay, that the shitter does not go to an eldritch abomination.
You don't know that for sure. We could actually go back to Elsie's, get a lot of rope, and we could just, repel our way down the shit.
We could. However, I think shitting on the Rusthenge is top priority right now.
Okay.
The only real question is whether we want to go there from below or from above, and it seems we're following the tunnel already, so...
Yeah, we kind of have
Let's just keep going.
Otherwise, we have to wait until tomorrow morning, or actually late afternoon, because the tide comes twice.
Are we creeping through the tunnel stealthily?
Yes.
All right. So you guys are making your way through the tunnel stealthily. Go ahead and give me some stealth rolls.
I would love to. 13.
13. Okay.
I got a 9.
And a 9. Okay.
So I think we worked out the marching order last time due to stealth, and Bob not being trained isn't 1 or 2, but he is third in order, and he has a +2 for a total of 11.
And then there's Tad, who is, I'm assuming, shining like a torch.
Yep, his codpiece. Unfortunately, Todd cannot see, so he has to cast light on something that he is carrying. Mechanically, how far back would you like him in the party order to allow everybody else to stealth?
25 feet.
So in this edition, let's go over light a little bit. The spell light, you no longer have to cast it on something. So you create an orb of light that sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius in a color you choose.
Kind of like dancing lights.
Kind of, yeah. So this replaces light and dancing lights. The next line, if you create the light in the same space as a willing creature, you can attach the light to the creature, causing it to float near that creature as it moves. You can sustain the spell to move it up to 60 feet. And you can attach or detach it from the creature as part of this movement. You can dismiss the spell. If you cast the spell while you already have 4 light spells active, you must choose one of the existing spells to end. So you can have 4 of them active at a time and move them individually. They have a 120-foot range.
I need to learn this spell because I can annoy things with it.
There are 4 lights.
You don't need help, Dimitri.
That's also true. Oh.
You guys are shining down the road, down the corridor.
Tad is shining down the corridor. He's again 20 feet behind. We're
trying to stealth ahead of him.
And sorry, real quick, Ryan. So if you're saying that I can have it anywhere near me, and the light shines 120 feet.
No, it shines 20 feet.
20 feet bright.
Oh, 20 feet. Okay. Can I effectively have it at my back? So it would give me 20 feet of light in front of me, and I can just follow the group.
Yep.
I'd still like to attach it to my codpiece, though.
You can do that if you'd like.
The shining balls of light.
Then you have to cast it twice.
Well, you can. You can move them into bit. I need a minute.
Behold the glory of whatever god you worship.
Oh, shit. Carry on.
I told you I need that spell. But hey, at least the light source is eye level for the rest of us.
Oh, fuck me.
So you make your way down several hundred feet. You step through in the low spots. The water rises probably to chest level for the goblins. I guess that's probably crotch level for Tad.
As long as the light doesn't go out.
It's several hundred feet to the end of this corridor, and you come to a rusted iron door in the northern wall of a chamber.
Mm-hmm.
To the west is a set of stairways in a 5-foot wide hallway.
The style of these stairs. Does this stuff look old?
A rusted iron door stands in the northern wall of this chamber. A series of symbols are embossed on the door, arrayed around a much larger shape that's been gouged into the rust. A spiked horseshoe. The door emits a strange brownish red glow and has no visible handles, latches, or hinges. The stairs look to be well carved but old.
This perhaps is the time you check it for magic.
I mean, I think it's kind of obvious, but sure.
Who reads Thessalonian?
Me.
And Bob.
You see the symbols on the door read Sky Metal Workshop in Thessalonian.
Oh, really? I say in character.
What? I don't know what.
I don't know if I should tell you this, but I guess I will. It says Sky Metal Workshop.
Okay.
You're gonna want to get in there, aren't you?
Well, it's a door.
I don't see a way to open it.
Is it magical?
Looks that way.
Then perhaps there is a magical way to open it?
Open sesame. See, it didn't work.
What is the Thessalonian word for friend?
Trick questions. Thessalonians didn't have friends.
Okay. Frenemy.
Somebody with religion, give me a religion check.
What about Zenidasheril?
No.
Bardic?
Bardic lore will work.
10 for Tad.
10 for Tad.
9 for Bob.
9. No for Bob.
That's right. German for no.
I was going to say, is he German?
I'm sorry. Is this recall knowledge or what's the check?
It's a recall knowledge, yes.
Okay, I may as well roll it. I can't very well do any fucking worse. It'll be a natural 20, so I have a 19.
All right. Well, natural 20 will boost your success level by 1. So you recognize the spiked horseshoe symbol in the door as a symbol of Tsar Azmak.
And there he is again.
It's a symbol of that guy who we don't know about. But I know the symbol.
Do we know who he is?
I just remembered that guy that's his symbol.
Well, it's more like you start voicing like all the Thessalonian things you've heard, and that dude's name sounds Thessalonian, so all of a sudden it glows slightly brighter.
Yeah, I think I heard that at some point from like a fish or something. I don't know.
Sailing lore. You talk to the fish because there's nobody else in the boat.
It gets lonely out there.
You do not detect magic on the door either.
Really?
So the glow thing,
Even though it is glowing.
Even though it is glowing.
Can I roll thievery to try to open the door?
Check it for traps first.
You sure can. You walk up to the door to open it. Give it a push. And it just opens. But
What?
Anticlimactic.
but
No, finish your sentence.
you feel a sudden unnerving sensation. A deep ache in your bones. Alongside a strange, unbidden thought that your blood has caused your bones to rust inside of your body.
Fair.
Are you just collecting afflictions at this point?
It appears so.
This is the debuff race.
Go ahead and give me a fortitude save.
A fortitude save? Am I rolling the anti-plague?
Yeah,
Oh.
anti-plague gets an item bonus against diseases for 24 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
So am I applying it or no?
Yeah.
Okay. That is going to be a 25.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, you'll know more in the morning.
I bet I will not.
Don't like this.
Guys, I felt like a thing. Anyway, let's go inside.
Okay.
We've got that out of the way. Are you
look,
guys on the map?
I'm at a workshop.
It's loading.
Loading. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay.
Is this,
There's
this is the door that I open?
This is the door that you open to the north.
Okay, so I should...
This wide hallway features a black marble floor and large murals on the east and west walls. Massive doors flank this hallway to the north and south.
What are the murals of, Ryan?
Murals show Belimarius standing victorious and invincible with fallen enemies all around her. The eastern mural depicts Belimarius triumphant on the other rune lords who bow before her, groveling and begging for mercy. Before you guys enter,
Oh, to be clear, I am carrying the greatsword drawn in both hands, so I'm not actually summoning any instruments.
No marching music?
Oh, I can sing for you, but the instruments...
Here's some, Are you singing I Just Peed in Your Breastplate again?
No. That's reserved for enemies that are actually wearing armor.
Oh, dear.
I don't like when you just put things on the map, Brian.
Yeah,
see
especially...
these two large suits of armor
Yeah.
with hooved feet and heads like bulls
Yeah.
with too many horns.
Okay, all right. I guess I do need to pee in some breastplates.
How many do you consider to be too many?
Horns.
I don't have a consideration.
I mean, it felt like a judgment call. I mean...
Yeah, that feels like opinion rather than fact.
there's many.
We can count.
Would you say that there are a plethora?
It's a plethora of horns.
Yes, let's go with plethora.
A veritable cornucopia of horns.
So a horn full of horns.
Well, of course.
And
It's horns all the way down.
Oh.
these suits of armor begin to animate as you peer through the door. And we'll roll initiative.
I can only see one for some reason.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will. Oh,
Yeah.
Delightful.
I had to say something.
My bad.
It's okay.
Okay, so perception for initiative is +5. What a good time to roll a 19. Put me in at 24, coach.
I got an 8. Oh, no, an 11.
all right. So Bob has a 24 Cinderspark. What do you have?
It's 22.
And Vercag.
I rolled.
You rolled.
I got an 11.
Okay. And Tad.
Ted got a 10.
All right.
Classic cleric initiative there.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, you get to start us off in combat. You see these suits of armor with hooved feet
Okay.
animate.
I guess it falls to me now to do some sort of a recall knowledge to identify these because I'm going first. So, what sort of check? For lore, I've got Zinadashral and Bardic. For I also have occultism, in case those fall under it.
I'll give you Bardic.
Okay, I'm rolling this at +5. Hey, well, at least that's not a natural 1 on an attack roll or save. So I am fairly certain these are minotaurs. Despite the fact that they're suits of armor with too many horns, I'm fairly certain these are minotaurs. So
Yes.
for my other 2 actions, I am going to activate my Courageous Anthem, which should put it on everybody.
Hooray.
Excellent. And for my 3rd action, I don't have enough to cast a spell. I mean, I do have a spell, but that's not exactly what I want to use. That's a rank 1. So I can't raise the buckler. I guess we're going to have to do it your way, Matt. I try to activate the Goblin Song. So it's a performance check, but I have to target a single enemy. So we're going to target the one that's left on the map or directly ahead of me against his will DC.
How is you singing somehow my way?
No, because you said I should be in their breastplates.
They are breastplates.
Yes, there we go.
They are the Brood Squad.
Exactly. So I am attempting a performance against his will DC. My performance is, I believe, +6.
This
So
is Bardic Goblin Song?
This is the Goblin Song.
Goblin
So
Song.
it comes from the race ancestry. My bad. All right. 10 + 6 is a 16. So is his will DC 16 or lower? Is that how this works? Against the will DC of a single enemy.
Yeah.
All the usual traits and restrictions of a performance check to sing.
All right. I was just making sure they weren't like immune to it.
This is what I wanted to know with my recall knowledge, but with a natural 1, I am misidentifying them as minotaurs and therefore thinking they're not immune to mental.
Yes. All right. And against their will DC,
Yes, does a 16 match or beat their will DC?
it beats it.
Okay, but not critically.
It does not critically beat it.
All right, on a success, the target takes a -1 status penalty to perception and will saves for 1 round. So I point at the one directly ahead of me and I sing, "You're not bleeding, it's not sweat. No, the reason you feel wet is that I peed in your breastplate last night."
Wah, 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 wah.
That's right. I peed in your breastplate last night. And I look at Vercag and I go, "That one."
Okay. That looks like that's going to be Cinderspark up next.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I can use the newfound potency crystal, right? It takes an action to activate.
Does
Yes.
it activate after you hit things, or you have to?
Or you have to activate it and then hit.
Yeah, you activate the crystal, and it will become a +1 striking weapons on the strike until the end of this turn. So I will use the thing. I believe it doesn't actually apply the effect. That's very helpful.
Should have taken that instead of one of my other first level spells.
Well, at some point we will have survived long enough to level up, and then
There we go.
we'll have different choices.
Okay, there we go. It is now applied to my doggy slicer.
Okay.
And then I will move on up to the armor that was peed in. And then I will attempt to hit it.
How'd you do on your attack?
Poorly. I'd say be a 16.
A 16. That's enough to hit.
Very cool.
It is a striking weapon, my bro.
Yes.
What does that do?
You get to roll damage dice twice.
Twice and Adam.
Yeah, it's already applied. 12 damage.
Yeah. So you do 12 points of damage, but all of it doesn't seem to go through.
Sometimes things have hardness,
Yes.
like
Some-
objects.
This thing is going to strike back. Just gonna 5-foot step back.
So it uses one of its actions to stride.
Yeah.
And it disappears. So I did kill it. Yay!
Some reason I have too many on here.
Too many because there's too many horns, apparently.
Yes.
Oh, so does it look like these things have reach?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes.
Yeah. They are each holding a glaive.
But not a disarm.
No, a glaive.
Sorry, I'd apologize, but I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry either.
Tell him it's a halberd and watch him rage.
All right. Cinderspark, he reaches out. He steps back from you, reaches out with the glaive to hit you, and does a 21 hit.
Yes, it does.
That is 7 points of damage. And it's going to do it again with the glaive and the map. Oh, natural 20.
You know I hate this.
24.
You know I hate you, Ryan.
You really hate me right now. Because we get to explore a new rule.
Oh, no.
No, how much damage does it do?
So that's why we're going to explore a new rule.
No. How much damage does it do?
Well,
Ryan, is this a situation in which we close the door and leave?
Can you
Could
close
be.
the door?
I can't. I'm out of action. I might be next.
So no.
whatever rule.
My question has not been it. How much damage does it do?
I think that's the problem.
then I'm going to get to that in just a moment here. So,
No, see, this is the foremost thing on my mind. I want to know how much damage it does.
some weapons have these traits that get activated upon a critical hit.
I don't think it's gonna.
Is the one that we're looking at deadly?
It is.
What does deadly do besides the obvious?
So deadly, that's what I was going to go on. On a critical hit, the weapon adds a weapon damage die of the listed size. Roll this after doubling the weapon's damage. This increases to 2 dice if the weapon has a greater striking rune, or 3 dice if the weapon has a major striking rune. For instance, a rapier with a greater striking rune deals 2d8 extra piercing damage on a critical hit. An ability that changes the size of the weapon's normal damage dice does not change the size of the deadly die. So we're going to do double damage to start.
And then add. Right. So how much damage does it do?
You keep saying that.
I would like to know.
It's for lack of a better word, vital.
How does 12 damage sound?
Okay, is that total, or are you going to hit me with more, Ryan?
That is total.
Okay, so it sounds like I have 1 hit point left.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
This is after a critical and a deadly die?
Yeah, I rolled max on the deadly die, but I only rolled a 2
Okay.
on the regular damage
Wow.
dice.
I appreciate that, but there is another one of them.
We don't know what initiative it acts on.
That's true. It's true, but one is my hit points. 1 shall be the number of the hit points.
All right, so that was 2 attacks with that guy.
And a step. You should be out of action.
Yep,
And
he's
a
out of
step.
actions.
And I'm out of hit points.
And this one's gonna make its way right there.
Oh yeah, fuck it, flank me. Why not?
I don't think he cares about you. I think he's about to punch me.
Yep.
Well, that's because you didn't pee in his breastplate.
That's, I thought it would be the other way around, but no, I guess. Yeah.
Jealous.
So it's gonna swing the glaive at Bob as he moves forward to the rest of the party.
I am receptive, as in he's probably going to hit me.
16 to hit.
That's exactly my AC.
Was not expecting to hit with that.
I told you, I am receptive.
3 points of damage.
Okay. That would be his action number 2. What would he like to do with number 3?
We're going to roll this out and go with the map.
Yeah.
Roll the map out.
Throw the map at him.
That will be a 19 to hit.
Well, that's more than 16, so that also hits.
And that is 6 points of damage.
Okay. I am still standing, even though I have... I'm half the Bob I used to be.
You are half the Bob you used to be. And Vercag, you see these large animated armors that look like minotaurs taking some chunks out of your party.
Thing the first, I'm going to recall knowledge. Arcana?
Yes, you can roll Arcana. You could roll Crafting if you would like.
They're the same. 18.
18. So you know these to be animated armor.
Okay. I am assuming they are not living.
Suits of animated armor see use both as guardians and as training partners in high-end martial academies able to afford the extravagance. They are most often found in wizard laboratories and ancient dungeons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Granted a semblance of life through the use of rituals or other strange magic, animated objects take many forms and serve a variety of uses.
Are they... what kind of information can I ask for? I have so many questions, and problem is I have multiple spells that involve void, and I don't think are these animated armors affected by void energy?
They are not.
Fabulous. Okay, that narrows it down. Okay, good. The one right in front of us is catching a face full of needle darts. 13.
13 to hit is a miss.
Figured. Okay. Tad, you're up.
All right, Tad, how do you want to respond to this?
Tad is going to concentrate, and he is going to cast a 2-action heal on Cinderspark. So this is going to be 1d8 plus 8, and 8 on the die for 16 points of healing.
Nice.
Bob is going to have to wait, even though Tad saw him get hit, because Tad is going to use his final action to move.
Hold on. Aren't you currently
Can I finish my turn?
You got light.
Am I concentrating with light?
Yeah.
Okay, then I would have stopped doing that at the beginning of the fight. I'm going to use my move action to go here and flank the enemy with Cinderspark.
And that's your 3 actions?
That's the end of my turn.
Bob.
Okay, well, I was going to ask about flanking, but I can't step into it. So I am going to reactivate Courageous Anthem. I think I may have clicked it multiple times. Oops. Please remove the extraneous one off of yourself by right-clicking. If you have multiples of them on you. My bad.
Nope. I'm extra courageous.
The goblin song should wear off of the one in the rear. Because that was a regular success, not a critical, so it only lasts 1 round. I don't know if these guys are threatening, like whether they can take AOs if I cast.
Well, I walked right up to them, and they didn't hit me.
To be fair, they hadn't acted at that point, so I don't know how that works in this edition.
I don't think it matters, but I could be wrong.
Do I want to risk the basic will, or do I want to sling AC? I'm going to do a telekinetic projectile flinging one of the arrows at the far dude. And if I catch a face full of... what are they holding? Gizarms? Glaives?
Glaive arm?
Yes. If I catch a face full of that from the near guy, then that's how we find out that they're capable of taking that reaction. So I am casting telekinetic projectile, and it is range 30, which is enough. And I need to roll to attack, which is going to be at plus, 7. AC 16.
16 is going to be a hit. Give me some damage.
All right. Telekinetic projectile on a success is 2d6 plus 1 for the anthem. That is a total of 8.
An 8. You hit solidly, but you don't feel like it did any damage to it.
Wow. Okay. I am out of actions.
All right. Cinderspark.
Cinderspark. Okay, well, being as how Tad is flanking this one, I'm going to stab at it, since it just casually strode past me, which was actually rather rude, in my opinion. You should be ignoring me. That was rude. I do appreciate
not slide past you next time.
I do appreciate you having done it, though. That was Anyway, assuming that they can be off guard, it is being flanked. Anyway, let's okie dokie. Let's see, that is a 18 to hit.
An 18 is a hit.
Wonderful. In which case it can catch these hands. 14.
14 points of damage. You don't feel like all of it got through, but you did do some.
Well, that was one attack. Yes, we are mapping.
You are mapping?
Yes, sir. Don't think that's going to matter, though, because I rolled quite poorly. It's going to be a 13.
Yeah, that missed for me, too.
But he's off guard, isn't he?
Yeah, 13 is a hit.
Oh, I like that. Never mind.
Okie dokie. Get sliced again for another 11.
Or another 11. So that is minus that many. Again, you don't feel like it all got through.
And the thing is still standing.
It is still standing.
So I can move or I can do a third map?
What do you want to do?
Well, what do I have to lose? My life.
I mean,
let's hit it again.
We can always test out the death and dying rules.
Yeah. That is going to be an 11.
An 11. With flanking. That is a hit.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Okay. Come on, roll huge.
So another 11.
11 points of damage. It is still standing, but it is on the verge.
Well, I am out of actions and out of luck.
And we'll pick up there next week.
Aw, yeah. That was a good time.
Thank you for listening to Dour Gnome Adventures. If you enjoyed our show, check out our website, dourgnomeproductions.com, for links to our social media and Discord community. Also, don't forget to leave us a review on your podcast app of choice and share us with your friends who might enjoy our show. New episodes drop every Monday. Dour Gnome Productions uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Dour Gnome Productions is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. We are playing through the Pathfinder adventure Rusthenge by Vanessa Hoskins. Music and sound effects for this podcast by Michael Ghelfi Studios, Filip Melvin, and Kevin MacLeod. Dour Gnome Adventures is the property of Dour Gnome Productions.